This is Dr. Zullo, and I am your professor for Technology Tools and Digital Citizenship, FYE 130 here. This is term 5 in 2026, and here's my name. If you're logged into Blackboard, this is what you should see. Mine looks slightly different than yours, but I want to show you a few basic things to get you started. Here's some information that I want you to be able to have while I'm recording this video, and that is, this kind of gives you an idea of what we're going to do. Weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. These are our deadlines for this semester. These black ones are the things I wanted to make sure I showed you. The yellow ones I highlighted because these are things that are assignments that I'm pretty sure are not graded. This is the first term that I'm teaching this class, and so I just wanted to point that out to you. So this is what your Blackboard should look like, and if you need to, you can go to each of these folders, but most important thing to get started with is week 1. This is your week 1 Technology Essentials for College Success. In this folder, you will find all the things. When you want to open the folder, you click the little down arrow there, and that will open up the folder with all the items in it. You can check in every folder for every week. There's objectives and activities. That looks like this, gives you kind of an outline of what to do, and that sort of matches what I've showed you here. Also, you make sure that in each folder you click on the MindTap readings and activities. I think 6 of the 8 weeks has MindTap items in it. I'll show you how to do that. That's the main reason for this video. Click the down arrow button, and here are the items in MindTap. When you pay your tuition for this class at Post, you should have access to MindTap automatically. If you click on one of these links and what happens in the video does not happen on your computer, the first thing you need to do is call up Post, talk to the help desk, find out why you don't have access. They should be able to straighten it out. And if they can't straighten it out, then you have to call the Cengage help desk. Unfortunately, I can't help you. The two places that can help you are Post and Cengage, because Cengage has to know that you've paid your tuition and Post has to be able to tell them that, and the people at those two places should be able to get you started. But once you open up your MindTap readings and activities, click on one of the links for reading, and this is what should happen. You'll get the same screen I'm seeing right now. You'll get some of this same stuff here, and then this is what happens. Here's your book. Here's what you read. You got to go through page at a time. Right here, getting started with Windows 11 is where we get started. Click this arrow to go through page after page. This is what we're talking about this week. A little trick I want to show you in MindTap and Cengage is if you're somewhere and you're not sure in the book where you can get, how you can get to another part of the book, you can close this little X box, closes it. Here are some folders for you, weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you can use this little icon right here that says full book. If you click on that, that'll reopen the book. You click on this little button right here with the 4 arrows, and that gets you there. And then you can, if you can find exactly the title of the chapter you want to get to, for example, one of the chapters you'll be doing is creating and modifying a flyer for Word, right? So this will be Word Module 1. And you can click there. So you can navigate the book by using this full book button. Anything that you're doing in MindTap, if it's not working the way you expect, you can click that little X button. And so let's take a look at one of those things. For example, here is an assignment, Windows 11 File Management Activity. If you click on that link, it should bring you, just like this one, into the Cengage application, which is online. And once you do it the first time, you'll notice if you get in, then you got no problem. You'll be able to do it for all the other links. So you read your instructions. Make sure that you pay attention. Some of these have multiple attempts. Some of them only have 1 attempt. So make sure you read your instructions set up properly. Click your Start button. Usually opens up a little window where it starts to ask you questions, or you can, in this case, watch a video.
And rename a file to use a clearer, more appropriate name for the file.
All right, as you can see, it'll give you instruction, and once you complete that, you'll get a grade. Now, not every week has exactly the same stuff in it, so pay attention to that. These ones that I highlighted, like I said, in black, these are all the ones that say MindTap on them. Almost all of them, I think all of them, but I'm not quite sure about 1 or 2. Almost all of them will be automatically graded. So when you complete your MindTap Windows 11 1, right? And that would be right here, Windows 11 File Management Activity 1, Windows 11 File Management Activity 2. Once you finish those two, you should get a grade immediately. That grade should automatically be ported into Blackboard, and you can look at your grade book and see what your grade is for those particular things. You could also, if you wanted to, look in MindTap, but really what matters is whether or not the grade made it into Blackboard. So make sure after you complete something in MindTap, give it a few minutes, because sometimes it takes up to 5-10 minutes. Give it a few minutes, then check your grades in Blackboard, and you'll see that the grade appears. The feedback that you get on all the MindTap items is going to be in MindTap. All right. The other things, like for example, week 1, you've got a discussion board on debunking myths. Here it is, discussion debunking myths and building digital skills. When you click on that discussion, you'll be able to post in that discussion. Here's the question you got to answer. Please make sure you remember that all discussion boards require your post to be by Wednesday. And your replies to be by Sunday. So even though it says in multiple places that these things are due on March 15th, March 15th is actually the Sunday. So let's take a look at that. March 15th is the Sunday. Your discussion board deadline for original posts is the 11th. All right, so make sure you pay attention to that as you are going through your course. So this is Dr. Zullo from your FYE 130 course. I wanted to make sure you understood exactly how to get into MindTap. If you have any questions, most of them will be available for you to get an answer in some of these student resources, course information, Blackboard, Ultra, Quick Start Guide. All of these things can probably give you information, and I hope you do those before you start on week 1. But once you get into week 1, please make sure you understand how MindTap works, and the fact that you have to get into MindTap properly the first time, and then every time after that it'll be fine. Just to let you know, for example, here in week 8, there are no MindTap activities. Some of them have learning resources that include LinkedIn Learning. And that's great. Some of them have articles and websites that you can go to. But you're going to have to write some papers, like this one in week 8. You're going to have to write a paper about digital wellness and growth. And so when you click on that, it gives you the instructions here. The requirement is for you to submit your response in 500 to 600 words in the assignment box, or upload a single 2 to 3 page double-spaced Word document. All the Word documents that you create in this class, FYE 130, should be in APA format, and there should be additional information about APA format in multiple places, including your student resources above. So please make sure you take a look at those things. And if you ever have any questions, you can check in your course information, look in the Meet Your Instructor area. That's going to have my phone number. It does not ring, but if you leave a voicemail, it will give me a transcript of your question. I'll be able to answer by email. The best way to reach me is by email. Send me an email from your student.post.edu email address. I'll reply to your student.post.edu email address, and that's the best way. If you really absolutely need to, you can go to the discussion area and type into the Ask the Instructor discussion board. Please only do that because this is a public space. Only post in the Ask the Instructor discussion board questions that could be from any student, right? Don't say, what's my grade on the quiz, for example. Well, that would only relate to you, and I can't answer that in the Ask the Instructor discussion board, so send that in an email. But if you say, for example, hey, in Unit 7, I don't really understand what the collaborative story reflection is supposed to be about, can you let me know? Then I can it's kind of like raising your hand in class. I'll post in the Ask the Instructor, and then all students get to see the answer. Each week has a discussion board. Discussion boards should be graded by Wednesday. So if you post your discussion board, for example, on debunking myths by March 15th, that's the Sunday, then 16th, 17th, 18th is Wednesday. March 18th is when that should be graded. That way you'll know what your discussion board grade is from the previous week before you're required to post your discussion board for the next week. The other items, like for example, this is a 250-word essay about your digital footprint. That one I will take until Friday to grade because those are essays that are a lot more involved in getting feedback and grading done. So that's what that's for. So I would have, let's say, if this were March 29th, right? Then March 29th is when your assignment is due. Then I would post the grade for the discussion board on April 1st, but I would post the feedback for the writing assignment on Friday the 3rd. So just gives me a little bit more time to be able to provide feedback to students. Please make sure you read all your feedback. You can't improve in your grades until you read your feedback. You might be saying to yourself, why do I always get a B on these things? If you haven't read the feedback, you wouldn't know. First, check your feedback in week 1, and then in week 2, and then in week 3. And as you get better, your feedback will probably get shorter, and then you'll know that you're getting higher grades and you're doing better because you got all that feedback. So this is Dr. Zula from Post University and FYE 130. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to write to me. That's the best way, and I will be able to answer your question. There will be more videos for you to look at, but this is the end of my general welcome to FYE 130. Thanks very much. Talk to you soon in the discussion boards.